Okay, I want to speak to you this evening about the prophet Joel, who prophesied approximately 3,000 years ago. And specifically, we will discuss chapter 2, verse 1 to 11. So first of all, I'll read these to you. Blow you the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devours before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devours the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. You can't kill these people. No, they shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executes his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can abide it? Okay, when I was about 20 years old, I had a vision of this. I had never read the prophet Joel prior to that. But in the vision, I called out his name. And so afterwards, I searched, and I found that there was a man called Joel, and he was a prophet. But prior to that, I had never heard of Joel. And anyways, in my vision, I was in a city, a modern city, with tall buildings, skyscrapers, and the like. And all of a sudden, everybody got very, very nervous and very afraid, and people were shuffling all over the place. And so I looked up and I saw that the heavens was full of UFOs. And so, and I felt like paralyzed. And then, I saw around me that the people were like they were all paralyzing. And so there was a child close to me, and I grabbed the hand of the child, and I started to pray, trying to move away. And I was praying, Our Father, who is in heaven, hallowed be your name. But it was difficult to pray. Like the words were slow. But as I was praying, the words became stronger. And I became stronger as well. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And so I grabbed the hand of the child and I started going upwards. There was some steps there going either up to a university or some kind of edifice. And we managed to climb up and get inside. And again, we used a staircase, and I don't know how many levels that we climbed, but we did climb a few. And all of a sudden, I came to this level, or to this floor, and right in front of me was a large window, maybe 20 feet tall. And I seen the man that Joel was talking about in this. And they were right there outside the window on air. Like they were like, they were just there. And the vision ended. So I was very afraid of that vision. And of course, I did a little bit of research afterwards. And because, at the time when I seen these men, I called out Joel. And so I was curious as to who Joel might be. Didn't know a person named Joel. I've never known a person named Joel. It's a beautiful name, actually. But speaking about the windows again, in John 10:1, Jesus speaks and he says, Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that enters not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbs up some other way, a window perhaps, the same is a thief and a robber. And of course the apostles or the disciples at the time did not understand that. So I hope that UFOs are real. I've seen several in my lifetime, amongst other things. Yes, they are real. But the book of Jude also speaks of these, because there are two kinds. There are some that come at that time, and there's some that come up from the earth, and they are the ones that come up from the earth are already here. And he says, I think he says in the book of Jude, he says that there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old, like they were, they're ancient, these men, and they speak evil of dignities, and that implying, like they speak evil of the prophets, of the saints of God. They despise dominion. They speak evil of things that they know not. And they are as brute beasts. They're clouds without water. They're wandering stars, so they're fallen angels. And to whom is reserved blackness or of darkness forever. So as the days of Noah, so also shall be the coming of the Son of Man. Now, Joel also speaks about multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. That's the valley of judgment. So that is where it's all going to take place. Peter, at the day of Pentecost, when he stood up, he mentioned Prophet Joel, and he mentioned him saying, and it shall come to pass afterwards that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy. But Peter went on preaching. So, like there's two parts to this prophecy. Anyways, your old man shall dream dreams, and young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days I will pour out my spirit. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood, fire, pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Lord come. The day of the Lord is a terrible day, and yet we ask him to come. But it's not, it's not going to be, it's going to be a terrible day. It's not going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a day of darkness, a lot of darkness. So I thought I would share this. There are other prophets that speaks of UFOs, but I think Joel is the one that speaks of it and describes them the best. But they are a people, and they are a very strong people, and they've never been the like on the face of the earth before them, and neither will ever be after them. So they are certainly not human. They're not a nation. They're not human people. They are a different kind of people. But they are great and strong, and they cannot die. So it doesn't matter. But in the vision, they paralyzed everybody. People could not move. They were just kind of frozen there. And I was able to move as I started to pray, and that was very, very difficult to pray because I was fighting hell itself. But as I prayed, the prayer became stronger and stronger in me, and gave me the strength and the courage to move. And I was still holding on to the hand of the child. I don't know who this child was, but we went up the steps. And so I just wanted to bring this to your attention because, like a lot of people are seeing UFOs these days and hearing strange sounds, throughout the world. And this is what is referred here. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devours the stubble, like the noise of chariots on top of mountains. So they are noisy. Okay, so that'll be that for now. Thank you. Have a pleasant night.